Okay, so who here loves to travel? I know I do, but let's be real, sometimes traveling can be like a whole thing. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here to share some seriously game-changing travel tips that will totally upgrade your next trip. Whether you're a jet-setting pro or just starting to plan your adventures, these tips are gonna make your life so much easier. Trust me, we're talking about packing hacks, staying safe, and just making the most of every single travel moment. So buckle up, grab your favorite drink. I've got my iced coffee, obviously, and let's get into it. Okay, let's be real, packing is always the worst part of traveling. Who else ends up staring into their closet for hours trying to decide between 10 different pairs of shoes? It's a whole thing. But seriously, packing light is a game changer. First of all, have you ever tried lugging around a massive suitcase? It's not cute. Plus, checked baggage fees? No thank you. When you pack light, you're basically forced to be more intentional about what you bring. Do you really need 5 different pairs of jeans for a weekend trip? Probably not. And honestly, you can totally rewear outfits, it's fine. So, how do you actually pack light? Rolling your clothes is a game changer. It saves so much space. And those little packing cubes? Don't even get me started. They're like organization on another level. Another tip? Plan your outfits around a specific color palette. That way, everything you bring can be mixed and matched, and you won't end up with a bunch of random pieces you never wear. And for shoes, seriously, just bring a couple of versatile pairs. Like a pair of sneakers for walking, some cute sandals, and maybe one dressier option if you really need it. You got this. Okay, so we've all been there, right? You're super pumped for your trip, you've got everything planned out perfectly, and then bam! Something unexpected happens. Flights get delayed, hotels lose your reservation, the usual. But guys, that's why it's so important to have a backup plan. What if your flight gets canceled? Do you have a list of alternative flights or nearby hotels? It's always better to be over-prepared than totally screwed. And let's talk about travel insurance for a sec. I know it's not the most exciting thing to think about, but trust me, it's a lifesaver if something goes wrong. Medical emergencies, lost luggage, you name it, travel insurance has got you covered. Look, I know dealing with travel mishaps can be super stressful, but honestly, sometimes you just gotta laugh it off. One time I was traveling and my luggage got lost for 3 whole days. It was a whole thing. But instead of freaking out, I just embraced the situation. I went shopping for some cute new clothes, and honestly, it ended up being kind of fun. Sometimes the unexpected moments turn into the best stories. So the next time your travel plans go a little haywire, just remember to take a deep breath, stay calm, and figure out your next move. You got this! And hey, at least you have a good story to tell later, right? Okay, so you're on a plane, right? You're 30,000 feet in the air and it's basically a desert up there. Actually a desert. So dry. You know the feeling your skin gets all tight, your throat feels scratchy, you're just ugh, water? But hold up, the little cup they give you is 2 sips, and then what? You have to do that whole awkward arm raise thing to get the flight attendant's attention? Honestly, it's a whole thing. So, my #1 travel hack? Bring your own reusable water bottle. Airports are onto this whole hydration game now, and they usually have those fancy water filling stations after security. Fill that baby up before you board, and you're basically set. Plus, saving the planet 1 plastic cup at a time. We love a sustainable queen. Okay, so you've landed, you're off the plane, and you're ready to explore. But guess what? Staying hydrated is still key, even if you're not stuck in a flying tin can anymore. Especially if you're in a hot climate or doing a lot of walking, which, let's be real, is probably the whole point of traveling. You don't want to be that person who faints in the middle of a museum or something. So keep that trusty water bottle handy and refill it whenever you get the chance. Seriously, I'm talking bathroom breaks, restaurant stops, even asking nicely at a shop if it's an emergency. And pro tip, electrolyte tablets, they're like a lifesaver. Drop one in your water and boom, you're basically a hydration goddess. No more travel fatigue for you. Okay, real talk. Trying to communicate in a language you don't understand can be like totally terrifying. You're just standing there, awkwardly smiling, nodding along like you know what's going on, when really you're completely clueless. But, like, here's the thing. Even learning a few basic phrases in the local language can make a huge difference. Seriously, people appreciate the effort. It shows that you're not just some, like, entitled tourist who expects everyone to cater to them. You're actually trying, and that goes a long way. Plus, it can lead to some pretty hilarious situations. Like, that time I accidentally ordered a plate of snails instead of escargot. Yeah, we'll never live that down. So, how do you even begin to tackle a new language? I mean, I'm not saying you need to become fluent overnight or anything, but like a few key phrases, totally doable. First off, hello and thank you. Those are like universal signs of respect. Then, maybe learn how to ask for directions. Order food and say, "Where's the bathroom?" Trust me, that last one is crucial. There are tons of apps for this, like Duolingo or Babbel. Or if you're old school like me, grab a pocket phrase book. They're like super compact and easy to carry around. And hey, if all else fails, there's always Google Translate. But just like use it discreetly, okay? We don't want to look like total robots. Okay, let's talk about important documents. Because like, nothing ruins a trip faster than losing your passport or having your credit card stolen. It's literally the worst. So, first things first, invest in a good travel wallet. And I don't mean some bulky fanny pack situation. There are so many cute and functional options out there. Look for one that has RFID blocking to protect your cards from electronic theft, because apparently that's a thing now. And make sure it's big enough to hold your passport, boarding pass, and other essentials. Now that you've got your cute travel wallet, let's talk about organization. Because let's be real, I am the queen of losing things. Like, it's a talent, really. So I have to have a system. Passport goes in the zippered pocket, boarding pass in the front slot, credit cards in the little card holder. Everything has its place. And pro tip, make copies of all your important documents like your passport, visa, and travel insurance. Keep one set in your suitcase and give another set to a trusted friend or family member back home. That way, if, or should I say when, you inevitably lose something, you've got a backup. Because, like, being prepared is key, even when you're a hot mess like me. Okay, so like, we're in the 21st century, right? Let's be real. Our phones are basically an extension of our hand. They're not just for scrolling through TikTok on the plane, though guilty as charged. Travel apps are seriously a lifesaver. And no, I'm not being dramatic. First off, you need a translation app. I'm talking Google Translate, Duolingo, whatever floats your boat. Trust me, being able to decipher a menu or ask for directions without resorting to frantic hand gestures, life-changing. And let's not forget about maps. Google Maps, City Mapper, whatever you prefer. Getting lost in a new place can be fun, kind of, but sometimes you just want to find that cute cafe without wandering around for an hour. Oh, and a currency converter is a must, especially if you're like me and math just isn't your strong suit. No more accidentally spending your entire budget on a croissant because you didn't do the conversion right. Been there, done that. Okay, moving on to gadgets. First up, a portable charger. This is non-negotiable. Can you imagine your phone dying mid-photo shoot? Or worse, right when you need to pull up your boarding pass? A nightmare. Next, noise-canceling headphones. These are literally a godsend, especially on long flights or crowded trains. You can just pop these babies in, blast your favorite playlist, and pretend you're in your own little world. And for my fellow anxious flyers out there, I highly recommend a sleep mask and a neck pillow. They might look a little dorky, but trust me, comfort over style when you're crammed in economy. You can thank me later. Don't forget a universal adapter. This is especially important if you're traveling internationally. The last thing you want is to arrive at your destination only to realize you can't even charge your phone. Okay, this one's important, guys. When you're traveling to a new place, remember you're a guest. It's like basic manners. Before you go, spend like 5 minutes doing some research on the local customs. It's not that hard. Is there a certain way people dress? Are there any gestures that are considered rude? Are there any religious sites you should be aware of? These are all things you can easily find out with a quick Google search. Trust me, a little bit of effort goes a long way. Locals will really appreciate it if you take the time to learn about their culture, and it can actually lead to some really cool experiences. Plus, you'll avoid those awkward moments where you accidentally offend someone because you didn't know any better. We've all been there, it's not fun. Another thing to remember is that not every culture is like yours. And that's okay. Actually, that's kind of the whole point of traveling, right? To experience new things. So, if you encounter something that's different from what you're used to, don't be judgmental. Just be respectful and try to learn from it. Like, maybe you're used to a fast-paced lifestyle, but you're traveling to a place where things move a little slower. Instead of getting impatient, just go with the flow and embrace the slower pace. Remember, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Or, wherever you are. Just be respectful, be open-minded, and you'll be good to go. Okay, real talk. Things don't always go according to plan when you're traveling. Flights get delayed, reservations get lost, it rains on the one day you were supposed to go to the beach. It happens. But you know what? It's not the end of the world. In fact, sometimes these unexpected detours can lead to the best adventures. Like that time my flight got canceled and I ended up spending the night in a random airport hotel. I met the coolest people and we ended up having the most epic karaoke night ever. So try not to get too stressed out if things don't go exactly as planned. Just go with the flow and embrace the unexpected. Another tip for staying flexible is to avoid over-planning your itinerary. I know, it's tempting to want to schedule every minute of your trip. But trust me, you're going to want to leave some room for spontaneity. What if you stumble upon a cute little cafe you want to try? Or you meet some cool locals who invite you on an impromptu adventure? You don't want to have to say no just because it wasn't in your carefully crafted itinerary. Remember, traveling is about exploring, discovering new things, and having fun. And sometimes the best experiences are the ones you don't plan for. So book your flights, pack your bags, and then just let the adventure unfold. Trust me, it'll be way more fun that way. Okay, so you're living your best life, exploring a new country, I get it, but remember your body hates you. Just kidding, kind of. Seriously though, staying healthy on the road is non-negotiable. It's not even a choice, okay? First things first, pack that hand sanitizer like your life depends on it. And I mean, the good stuff, none of that watered-down nonsense. You're gonna be touching like a million surfaces a day, and you don't know where those hands have been. Also, can we talk about sleep? I know, sleeping on a plane is basically impossible. But listen, try your best to adjust to the local time zone and get enough sleep. Your body will actually thank you for it. No, seriously, and don't even get me started on staying hydrated. I know you're tired of hearing it, but water is literally your BFF when you're traveling. Carry a reusable water bottle and just keep refilling it. Your skin, your energy levels, everything will be better, trust me. Okay, this is super important. Don't be afraid to listen to your body, okay? If you're feeling run down, take a break. Seriously, the world's not going anywhere. Order some room service, binge watch some bad reality TV, and just chill. Also, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, make sure you pack enough medication for the entire trip, plus some extra, just in case. And, obviously, keep it in your carry-on, not your checked luggage. You don't want to risk that getting lost. And this might seem obvious, but food poisoning is a real thing. Be mindful of what you eat, especially in countries where the hygiene standards might be different. When in doubt, stick to cooked food and bottled water. It's better to be safe than sorry, Speaking of safety, travel insurance is literally a lifesaver. I'm not even kidding. It can cover you for medical emergencies, lost luggage, cancellations, all the stressful stuff. So don't even think about traveling without it. Okay, I know this sounds super cliche, but seriously, enjoy the journey. It's so easy to get caught up in checking things off your itinerary, like it's some kind of competition. But honestly, some of the best travel memories are the unplanned moments, the spontaneous adventures, the, oh my God, what is happening situations. Like, remember that time I accidentally booked a flight to the wrong country? Yeah, it was a whole thing. But you know what? It turned out to be the most amazing trip ever. I met the coolest people, ate the most delicious food, and had experiences I never would have had if I just stuck to my original plan. Don't be afraid to get lost, to talk to locals, to try new things. That's how you really experience a new culture, Like, step outside of your comfort zone, try that weird-looking street food, strike up a conversation with someone who doesn't speak your language. You might be surprised at what you discover. And for the love of all that is holy, put down your phone. I know, Instagram is life. But seriously, disconnect for a little bit and just be present in the moment. Soak it all in, the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything. You'll regret it if you don't. Okay, this might sound cheesy, but traveling is about more than just seeing new places. It's about, discovering new parts of yourself. It's about challenging your perspectives, pushing your boundaries, and learning to be more adaptable and open-minded. Like, how sometimes you get stuck in a rut? Traveling can totally shake things up and help you see things from a fresh perspective. It can make you realize that there's more than one way to live life, and that's a really beautiful thing. So yeah, go ahead and book that trip you've been dreaming of, even if it's just for a weekend, even if it's to somewhere you've been a million times before. Just get out there and experience something new. You won't regret it. And remember, travel is a privilege, not a right. So be grateful for the opportunity to explore this amazing planet we live on. And while you're at it, be respectful of the environment and the people who call it home. Alright guys, that's it for my travel tips. I hope you found them helpful and maybe even a little bit entertaining. Remember, traveling should be fun, so relax, embrace the unexpected, and create some unforgettable memories. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel for more travel adventures and random shenanigans. And be sure to let me know in the comments where you're planning your next trip. Okay, bye.